Shalom, shalom, Israel. First and foremost, I want to give all honor, glory, and praise unto YAHAWAH, YAHAWASHI, double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, and shalom to my Akim, Wakim, who are diligently waiting to be delivered from this final captivity. This is Brother Kawakab coming at you with another lesson, and today we're going to be going into the fact that Israel, all right, even the two-thirds innately have some sort of spiritual connection with the Most High, where we are able to just see things spiritually sometimes. Okay, now the reason why I brought this, I'm doing this lesson, is because I was watching this video. Okay, this was an amazing video. Okay, you have to go watch the whole thing. I'm not gonna let the whole thing play. I just want to let this one part play. Okay, because it is kind of unfortunate. You know, it's sad to see, but at the same time, judgment is, we all have to pay for the wickedness that we did, either be it in this life or our past, in our previous incarnations and whatnot. All right, so no matter what happens to anybody, okay, regardless of if they seem to be good people, there's always a reason for it. The Lord, YAHAWAH, is just. All right. So, with that out of the way, let's listen to what this Jake has to say. All right.
But this seems like a bad situation. This could end up being a dangerous situation. Her friend group started to include more guys, and I had some calls about this and was like, maybe I should start going with you because this could end up being a dangerous situation. And she said, no, you don't like that type of stuff, and these guys are cool anyway. And I was like, okay, but this seems like a bad situation. So one night I was feeling really, really sick, and she was about to head out, and I was like, hey babe, can you just stay with me for the night? I feel like something bad's gonna happen. I really want you to spend some time with me and just sleep with me, watch some movies, and eat some ice cream. She said no. Her friends were asking her to come out, and everything was going to be fine. And for the life of me, I said no. And I started a hard argument, and I was like, if you, I will be extremely disappointed and I will be extremely hurt. And she said, is that an ultimatum? Because we can just end this relationship now. And that right there brought me to tears, because I didn't think we were like that. I didn't think that was something that was going to happen between us. And as she was walking out the door, I just knew something was going to happen. Lo and behold, something bad did happen, and it was way worse than I thought. The individual that did the action against her ended up getting a long time in prison, and everything came out that he did it not to just her, multiple people. It was an absolute tragedy, and we went to therapy and talked through this.
Okay, so I'm not gonna let the whole thing play, but basically, that was the main thing. Aside from the fact that what he was going through in his life, that's a whole different lesson altogether. I'm pretty sure brothers have been doing, have been talking about stuff like this. But the main thing I really wanted to get into was how he said, I got sick, hey, can you please just stay, don't go out, I have a really bad feeling. That's the type of stuff that he was basically saying. And what is funny, because I remember getting those feelings sometimes. And I think the big thing is, for Israelites, especially when you're not in the truth, or when before we were in this truth, I'm pretty sure most, if not all, of us have some sort of way to think, something is telling me this is not good. Like you can't fully see it, you can't see it, you can't taste it, you can't touch it, you can't smell it, you can't even hear it. You just feel it, okay? You just feel it like in your spirit, okay? It's like that sixth sense, all right? And the reality of it is, that's the Lord Yahweh looking out for us. That's the Lord Yahweh telling us, hey, something bad's going to happen. Things are not going good. Don't do this. Don't do that. X, Y, and Z. Okay, I believe that he is not an Israelite. If he is an Israelite, okay, that's wrong. But from just me personally, I just whatever. It doesn't matter how I if he is or not. The main thing is, well, if he isn't, okay, then this definitely hard proves it, okay, that Israel is just so innately spiritual, okay. Now let me get into this. Galatians 7. Know ye therefore that they which are of faith, the same are the children of Abraham. Okay, they which are of faith. Okay, so through faith, okay, through being spiritual is where our power comes. Our power comes in because our power is YAHAWASHI. And when we have faith and we believe in the warnings that he gives us, the warnings, the the signs, what literally what anything, everything, whatever. It's like whatever you want to call it. We don't view things on a logically. Of course, there's nothing gonna happen. Everything's good. Blah 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 X Y and Z. Or if you can't even tell, if there's just no way to tell, and you just wanna go and do what you want to do, just as that man's wife did, okay? Just as that man's wife did, because you wanna forego not just the logic, but also the desire to stay safe in order to be reckless and do whatever you want. Okay, that's where the that's on you, and you're gonna have to answer for that. Okay, so it's I think I don't really remember any prime examples for me. I just do remember that perfect example. Whenever I think a lot of times for specifically Haitians, I believe Haitian mothers say that I had a dream about this, I had a dream about that, and then a lot of times Jake, Eve, whatever, they will just heed the warning and just agree with it or whatever, because they don't want to risk it. Okay, and a lot, and sometimes I think it is accurate, sometimes I don't think I think it's not, but that's not the point. The main point is the fact that a lot of Jakes, they do take any little piece of spirituality that they're able to feel, able to sense, able to perceive, and then they go with it. Okay, and that takes a lot of faith. Okay, to think like, okay, so if say for example, if you were planning to go on a trip to fucking Disneyland, okay, you have a Mickey Mouse figurine in your house and whatnot. You're so excited. It's gonna be your first time going to Disneyland, okay, and then when you're about to leave to go to Disneyland, you're about to leave your house. Randomly out of nowhere, you see your Mickey Mouse figurine fall down and the head breaks off. Like it, I think a lot. I would say some Jakes, okay, or at least the children of faith, okay, the spiritual ones, the more spiritual ones will take that as a sign and say, you know what, fuck it, I'm not gonna go. All right, like there's a lot of different ways to perceive said dangers, and the Lord, it speaks to everyone in different ways. Okay, you just never know. But the key thing is the fact that when we are being spoken to, we sometimes I don't know the any statistic, but it is known that some Israelites do, two-thirds and one-third, they do heed those warnings and they try to avoid it. Okay, now moving a little bit more into this, in Galatians 3, from Galatians 3 verse 7, okay, get this, Romans chapter 9 verse 4, who are Israelites, to whom pertaineth the adoption and the glory and the covenants and the giving of the law and the service of Yahweh. Hold on. Where is it? Slakia, bear with me. Okay, so Romans chapter 9, verse 5. Whose are the fathers, and of whom, as concerning the flesh, Hamashiach came, who is over all, Yahweh blessed forever. Amen. Amen. Not as though the word of Yahweh hath taken none effect, for they are not all Israel which are of Israel, neither because they are the seed of Abraham are they all children, but in Isaac shall thy seed be called. So, to differentiate, specify, the type of Israelites that are the children of faith, because in Galatians 3:7 it says, "Know ye therefore that they which are of faith, the same are the children of Abraham." But in addition to that, it also says, in Romans 9, for they are not all Israel which are of Israel. There, not because they are the seed of Abraham, okay, but in the seed of Isaac, okay, and we go even further than that to prove it, because Abraham had Isaac and what was the other name? Ishmael, I believe it was Ishmael, Slakia, and then we also have Isaac, who had two sons, Israel or Jacob and Esau. So Hebrews chapter, as it says over here, neither because they are the seed of Abraham are they all children, but in Isaac shall thy seed be called. Okay, now in addition to that, we have Hebrews chapter 12 verse 16, lest there be any fornicator or profane person as Esau, for who for one morsel of meat sold his birthright. So let's go look at the definition of the word profane. Profane, because I've gone and Googled this so many times for videos. Profane, relating or devoted to that which is not sacred or biblical, secular rather than religious. Okay, so something that is just the complete opposite. Okay, so this further proves and further supports that the children of faith is only dealing with the Israelites. Okay, specifically the Israelites. All right, it's not just because of your Abraham's seed. Okay, because the ethnicities are Ishmael, if I am getting that right, Edomites and Israelites. Okay, those are the three nations that came out of Abraham. Okay, but Romans 9 specifies and says that those are actually of Israel, all right, are from Isaac's seed, and Isaac is the son of Abraham, and through Isaac's seed we see that we know that from him comes Jacob and Esau, but also it also shows that Esau is profane and has no faith. Okay, now a lot of times you will see. Well, I won't say a lot of times you'll see. Well, I mean, Slakia, one thing that you actually can see if you look at a lot of horror movies. Okay, like you'll see these people just do a lot of just dumb stuff, and it is a very commonplace thing that people make fun of those people that do those stupid things. Okay, and are just like they just what's the word? They just are putting themselves in danger. They don't have that spirit in them, or spiritual feeling, okay, or spiritual awareness, to say that what, something is telling me. They don't have that in them that to tell them. They don't have something in their spirit to tell them something is not right. Let me not go do this. Okay. they just think, oh yeah, well, everything's gonna be okay. It's fine. Let's go happy-go-lucky, carefree, reckless, not a care in the world. Okay, and that's the thing. That's a big difference between Jacob and Esau. Okay, well, a modern difference. All right. Genesis chapter 22, verse 2, and he said, "Take now thy son, thine only son Isaac, whom thou lovest, and get thee into the land of Moriah, and offer him there for a burnt offering upon one of the mountains which I will tell thee of." Okay, so now this basically is the story on how Abraham was going to sacrifice his son Isaac. Okay, and the thing is, Abraham had faith. Okay, now the thing is, Isaac was his only son present. Okay, it was only his only son that was present with him, that was with him. Okay, and he was trying so hard, a kid with his main wife. Okay, that it was gonna break his heart to have lost Isaac, or to have lost his son. Okay, and even with that, he still was obedient. He still had, he still had faith, and he was going to do whatever it took to please the Most High, because he knows that whatever happens, and even in the worst possible case scenario, it was gonna work out because the Lord was in play. The Lord was telling him what to do, and the Lord was gonna make things right for him. Okay, and one example of that was another example of that is Job, because Job was he was rich. He had I think one wife or multiple wives, I don't remember. He had a bunch of kids, and I don't think all his kids died, or maybe all his kids died. I don't remember the exact details, Slakia, but he lost a lot. He lost everything, and even in that worst possible case scenario, after he was getting the crap kicked out of him, the Lord blessed him and multiplied his days and gave him a new, and I believe it said better wife/wives, and then better children as well. Okay, like, or new children. Okay, like that type of stuff is just, at the end of the day, the Lord is going to take care of us. Okay, the Lord's going to look out for us. Okay, even when Abraham was going to kill his son, he had faith that it was all going to work out, and at the end of it, he didn't need to kill his son. Okay, so that's the type of faith. That's a perfect example. That's a good example. That's the type of faith that we have to have, where even in the most extreme of circumstances, we need to have faith. We need to push through and trust the Lord is going to look out for us, and to take care of us, and to make things right. All right, so it's just a matter of not only having faith that everything's gonna work out, because like there might be some things that you feel like you have, there might be some things that you just have to do. Okay, you still have to do it. All right, we just have to do it. All right, even if it seems like it might be a big loss to us. Okay, like say for example, oh, you have to pay for whatever, you have faith. Okay, and that's a very shoot, I forgot the precept. Faith is what? Hebrews chapter 11. I saw this one. There's one good one. Hebrews chapter 11 from the top. Now faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen, for by it the elders obtain a good report. Through faith we understand that the worlds were framed by the word of Yahawah, so that things which are seen were not made of things which do appear. Okay? So, that's the things. One thing that I heard when you're praying, okay, when we pray, we should be asking the Lord for more faith. I forgot what the exact wording what it was. I believe it was not a privilege, but it's like I believe it was like a blessing or a gift for us for someone to have a lot of faith. Okay. So another precept, last precept, Matthew chapter 15 verse 28. Then Yahawashi said unto Slakia. Matthew chapter 15 verse 28. Then Yahawashi answered and said unto her, O woman, great is thy faith, be it unto thee, even as thou wilt. And her daughter was made whole from that very hour. Okay, so this is an instance where Yahawashi, okay, had made a comment on so-called Canaanite woman, okay, because we believe that through the Spirit that woman, that so-called Canaanite woman, was actually a diaspora or an Israelite woman, because she displayed such great faith. Okay, she displayed great faith, and as you read in Galatians chapter 3 verse 7, know ye therefore that they which are of faith, the same are the children of Abraham. And then we also go in, and as I had already explained, how the true children of faith are not just the children of Abraham, but also the children of Abraham, Jacob. Okay, so that's just the main thing I really want to go into, the main thing I want to express. Okay, that we as Israelites, okay, as Israelites specifically, be it 1/3 or 2/3, in some cases, okay, because I also want to make note that even the 2/3, when they acknowledge and they see, okay, yeah, this might be a warning or something to not do this or not go there or whatever, they just ignore it. Okay, I remember being as foolish as I am, as I was, Slakia, I misspoke. Still comparatively, we're still foolish. We're still learning. We're not fully wise until we are made perfect. Okay, but the thing is, for me, there have been some instances where I was like, okay, but I really want to do this. Can I? Even though I had a feeling, Slakia, I had a feeling that I should not do this, but I got in my head, but I really want to do this, and I tried to find some excuse to still go and do what I wanted to do. All right, and then something, lo and behold, something did happen to me. Okay, and that's other instances, but it still goes to show that the fact that we're able to. Oh, I remember a perfect example. Slakia, a brother told me that he was gambling or whatever, and he gotten a feeling that I should not gamble on this, but then he got peer pressured in with his friends and whatnot to go do this. Hey, no, this is a free win. Just do it. And then he said, I have a feeling that I just should not do it. And he ended up doing it, and pressuring him, and then they lost their bets. Okay, like, so it's literally like that. Like, he had that feeling, or we all had that feeling, and if we choose not to listen to it, then we can't get mad. We can't, say anything, because we were given the warning. We were given the opportunity to pull out, okay, pull ourselves out of said bad situation, and we didn't listen. We didn't heed it, and then lo and behold, something bad happened. And that's like, if we're being given a free warning, like basically, I don't know, like a premonition or something like that, and we ignore it, then honestly, there's nothing else I can say. We all deserved it, all right. But with that, I hope the system was edifying. Just a quick conclusion that Israel, because we have faith innately, okay, it's up to us to build on that faith, to build up that foundation and trust in Yahweh, which being faith, that we're able to see things spiritually and understand. Okay, let's see things on a spiritual level and not on a carnal level, all right, and not just doing things just because we want to do it, all right. But with that, I want to give all honor, glory, and praises unto YAHAWAH, YAHAWASHI, Hashem Rakak Wadash, the elders and apostles of the great millstone. And with that, I want to say Shalom.